It's the 7th of February 2014, which is the 5th anniversary of the 7th of February 2009 fires. That's something that all of us should stop and remember and reflect. But let's just take a little bit of time and think about those that have been directly impacted, those that lost loved ones, those that are still today struggling to cope and understand what really did happen. So it's a very emotional day, it's a very important day. It's a day that firefighters, community members, Victorians across all of Victoria should just take that little bit of time to look back and say. But in looking back, it's also important to look to what the next period brings. And certainly the next 3 days, so Friday, Saturday and Sunday, are very hot across Victoria. Not only hot, we'll see some of the most severe fire weather that we'll experience and have experienced over the last number of years. So the forecast is very clear on Saturday, Sunday, that it will be very hot, very dry, and brings winds with it over Saturday night into Sunday. So this weekend we need to take extremely serious. It's the most serious weather we've seen. It will bring the potential of fire, and it will bring the potential of fire that will interact with communities, and that's something we need to be very conscious of. I say everyone needs to have a plan. Think about the plan. The plan for this weekend is critical. Obviously, we always say people should have a plan. If you've got a plan, revisit it, think it through today. Saturday and Sunday is critical. If you haven't got a plan, it's not too late. Sit down and think through what you're going to do. It's important. It's important about your safety. It's important about your family safety. It's important about the people you love and you care for. So that's the critical thing. To explain the weather, I think people need to stay attuned to it. Total fire bans have been declared for all of Saturday and Sunday for all districts across Victoria. So total fire bans for 2 days already declared. That tells you we can see the weather. It also tells us we've got severe and extreme fire danger ratings in all districts depending on the day, and people need to stay attuned to what that means. However, it's simple to say that if a fire starts anywhere in Victoria during this period, they have the potential to run hard, be very intense and do damage. That's why you need a plan, because these fires have got huge potential over this weekend. Couple that to the heat that we'll experience, 42 degrees or the mid 40s. Overnight temperatures will stay in the high 20s and may even go close to be 30 degrees on Saturday night. That in itself brings fatigue, puts pressure on us, and if you only think about that alone and then couple the fire issue, it puts a lot of pressure on us, so we need to think it through. Fire services, emergency management agencies across Victoria, we've got them geared up. We've got everything we can possibly have in place. We've got extra aircraft, firefighters on full alert, the relief system, the recovery system, all of those things that make it happen are there. What we now rely on is people to take this seriously and do not start a fire. Anything that could start a fire, don't do it. Total fire bans are in place, so you can't have a barbecue, you can't have solid fuels, you can't have or use grinding, cutting machinery, but it's common sense. And we certainly don't need people to have campfires that are out in recreation. So it comes back to the common sense approach. And you know what? It's not just you doing the right thing, it's about you monitoring others to make sure that they don't fall into the trap of doing something that's foolish and end up starting a fire that does huge damage. It's the worst place anyone would want to be, to actually foolishly start a fire, not understand the consequence, and next minute runs away and does huge damage to other people. So let's all take that away. Let's take it as a very serious weekend, the most serious weekend we've seen since, I believe, '09. It's got huge potential, so let's make sure we get through it as Victorians, make sure we get through fire-free and manage the fatigue of heat on the way. Thank you.